Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Smackdown. WWE, of course, World Wrestling Entertainment on the road to WrestleMania with us, the one and only team, twosome, whatever you want to call us, duet. We're not singing today. It's the British Fist. With me, Mr. Parkin, and this guy sitting next to me on this side of the camera, as always, it's none other than the man who celebrates himself because he's that awesome. It's NJ.
What's up?
Indeed, and hopefully someone will remix that a bit more times because that was awesome. So, like I said, on the road to WrestleMania, subscribe above, like this video, and comment your thoughts down in the comment section below on this edition of WWE Smackdown.
Make sure you contact us in the next box below.
Yes, and the road to WrestleMania is on the road to WrestleMania for WWE. It's also on the road to WrestleMania for us, as WrestleMania 21 review will be uploaded tomorrow for your viewing pleasure. Look forward to that one, an era-defining WrestleMania, some may say. So we got on to this week's edition of Smackdown. I think one thing that's apparent from Smackdown at the moment is that the fact that we have two feuds going on at the moment. We have an IC title feud, and we also have a World Championship feud. And I think SmackDown did need that extra feud involving Randy Orton, who is essentially their top guy, and we did get that tonight. And I think that will help the shows going into WrestleMania a lot more, in my opinion.
I think with SmackDown obviously not doing as great as it started to hint in a few months back, the fact that it's starting to come back with feuds and that it's actually adding something to the show. Yes. So that's what we're looking forward to leading up to WrestleMania. It
makes the show seem like less filler, doesn't it, basically? So we open up this show with none other than the Royal Rumble winner fella, Sheamus! And he comes up talking about being at WrestleMania, how Daniel Bryan has changed as a person. It was very interesting what he said about Daniel Bryan, saying Daniel Bryan reminds him of himself when he won the title back in 2009, and Bryan needs someone to kick his arse.
We did see that Sheamus, when he won his championship, he actually did become this really competent character in himself, because obviously he got put into a match and won it and came the champion.
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan's the same, so I like how they compared it, but at the same time, Sheamus is the better guy.
He's definitely, just because he's ginger, he's awesome, and he's Irish. And then out comes Dolph Ziggler and Vicky Guerrero, which is kind of strange, wasn't it? You kind of you got a guy in Ziggler who you could say could be in the main event slot of WrestleMania. Talking about people deserve to see Dolph Ziggler in the main event and not Sheamus, and you didn't win the Royal Rumble, brother. And then Teddy Long comes out and makes the match between Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler. The opener flowed quite nicely into the opening match for Sheamus.
The opener got what was needed said. Sheamus talked about Bryan, then the whole match set us up. So I think the opener did its job and was good. Yeah. It's
nice to see Ziggler involved in an opener on SmackDown. I just wonder what they have for him at WrestleMania. Do they have a singles match lined up for him, or maybe a tag team title match, or who really knows at this point?
Well, with Ziggler, we had the idea of Mick Foley, but he's came and gone, so maybe they've got to come up with another idea for Ziggler now, but we'll have to see. I
did think Ziggler was one of 4 people I really think needed a singles match at WrestleMania. We had Cody Rhodes has got this match against Big Show now. We got, Ziggler. I wanted him to have a match, but it doesn't look like he's going to get a match. We also have Wade Barrett, who's now injured, and the other guy was Sheamus. He's getting his match at WrestleMania. So, I just those were 4 guys I really should have had a defining match at WrestleMania, in my opinion. One of them isn't going to get it, and we're not really sure about Dolph Ziggler yet. But we got Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler. Pretty good match to open the show, wasn't it? It went about 8.5 minutes. Got a good amount of time.
The time was really good this match, even though obviously Sheamus was going to look the dominant one. Yes. So obviously he's the one who's got to look good going to WrestleMania. But Ziggler did have his offense in it. Even the help of Swagger, who just came and got knocked straight back out. It did help Ziggler to get a bit more offense, but overall, it was Sheamus who was going to win.
It was a pretty competitive match, wasn't it? I mean, you had Ziggler hitting his finisher or the sleeper hold, and Sheamus kicking out. And essentially, we did know Sheamus was going to win this, as he's the one going to WrestleMania. Ziggler isn't really booked yet, even though I feel he probably should be. But it was a predictable match, but still a pretty good match for the time it got 8.5 minutes. And, Sheamus beats Dolph Ziggler, pretty standard going into WrestleMania, isn't it?
A good opening for SmackDown.
Yes, indeed. And then we got... I know some people are going to bash me for this, but John Laurinaitis and Teddy Long's interaction is so fucking entertaining. I love it. You have John Laurinaitis saying that we have the news that John Laurinaitis is going to run SmackDown next week and Teddy Long is going to run Raw, and Laurinaitis wants an apology because Long pushed him onto his bad back. Oh god, I love this segment. It was so entertaining for me.
I would have, when this segment came, I would have been on both sides, but I couldn't make out what Laurinaitis was saying. And Theodore Long, he was giving us all, and really getting his say against Laurinaitis. I loved Theodore Long.
And some of the stuff Teddy Long was saying was awesome. I really want to see a WrestleMania match. I really want to see John Laurinaitis just get his ass kicked by Teddy Long, but that might just be me. If you guys out there may not like it, but I think this feud is entertaining. We got a bit of a random filler match between Heath Slater and Santino. Put the Cobra away, please, NJ. The YouTubers don't want to see that. Pretty random match, really, to get Santino on the card, pretty much, really.
It was random, but obviously with this match, to try and get Santino's involved as much as they can. Hopefully there'll be something for him after WrestleMania, because unless he gets something out of the blue for WrestleMania, he's not really going to have much proper involvement. But
yeah, I mean, I wonder what they got, if they have anything planned for him at WrestleMania. Who really knows? Maybe they'll get him involved in this whole Laurinaitis-Teddy Long feud, which I'm fucking loving right now. They did well to kind of further that tonight without really interrupting the show too much, in my opinion. We had that Raw Taker Triple H video package. They're going to be putting these video packages on Smackdown, aren't they? Because they don't really have enough material to really fill a full show. We've got HBK on Raw next week. That's probably going to help further that feud a little bit, because Taker, I don't think, is booked for the show. As much as we complain about getting video packages, they're going to highlight their big matches happening at WrestleMania between now and WrestleMania, highlight them on their shows. So even though it's a video package that took time, it was needed, and I liked it. Yeah, standard really, and you know these are going to happen going into WrestleMania. Is it me, or was Natalya embracing the farting gimmick all of a sudden? Why? I don't get it. We had Eve versus Natalya, and Eve wins. Did we really care about this match? Apart from Eve using her assets, using her wrestling skill to win it this time. Do you really want to talk about this? Do you want to move on to the Our Main Event? Because I do. I want to move on to the Our Main Event. Because the Our Main Event, we had a Cody Rhodes promo segment. A mid-card feud being, developed on the Our Main Event on Smackdown. It's good shit. They're putting a lot of faith in Cody Rhodes when he's in these Our Main Event slots. The promo itself talks about how he cost Show from going to WrestleMania and how he's helping him from not floundering at the greatest stage of them all, and that Big Show is a joke, I guess. With this segment, yes, got Cody Rhodes involved on the mic, and then we had the Big Show come out, and Cody Rhodes just fled the ring, and there was Big Show making a joke by saying, "Come back, let's be friends, let's watch this next video you've got planned," and really get into it. And then, none other than Teddy Long player comes out and makes the match between Big Show and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the IC Championship. My boy's getting a singles match at WrestleMania, NJ. Let's hope he wins this one. He's against a massive star in the Big Show. I think this is a good match to have at Mania. The match is good, nicely booked. It gives them both on the card, but at the same time, it's a step down for Big Show. I'm thinking, 1 minute you're in the World Heavyweight Championship, but Janae is stepping down for Cody Rhodes to put him over. It could be it's a good thing for Cody, but not the best thing for Big Show. No, I think that's fine. I don't mind that too much. I'm loving these whole embarrassing moment vignettes that Cody Rhodes is doing. I don't know, maybe it's just my markdom for Cody Rhodes, but I fucking love these most embarrassing moment vignettes he's got. They're just so well done. I just wonder if they've got any more lined up for us. Please, because I like them. And that pretty much led on to our match, didn't it? Mark Henry versus Big Show. We got the news earlier this week that, the reason why Mark Henry may be jobbing and may not have a match at Mania is because his contract may be expiring and he doesn't want to re-sign because of the whole thing with Vince not wanting to trust him with the injury and still be World Heavyweight Champion, even though they wanted him World Heavyweight Champion going into WrestleMania. So it seems like that Mark Henry may not be around for a while, but who really knows? And that's probably why he's jobbing at the moment. And with this match with Mark Henry, the way I would have done this match, yes, you need to make Big Show look strong to go and get to Cody Rhodes. But at the same time, what would have been different, so that would have had hyped this, you had Cody Rhodes at commentary. Why did he not cost Big Show this one match? He could have done it numerous matches. We had a big opportunity here. Yeah, it would have given Mark Henry a win, but still, it would have added something towards the whole Cody Rhodes and Big Show feud. I just thought it would have been a nice touch. It would have been a nice touch. I do agree with you there. It would have been a nice touch to the match. You had Cody Rhodes on commentary, like you said, and Cody Rhodes, throughout this segment, was awesome in my opinion. But the match itself, it's hard to think that this was once a big-time World Heavyweight title feud, which we used to look forward to every pay-per-view and every week on SmackDown, wasn't it? Even though Mark Henry was so offense in it, it still weren't really enough, and I was still done the match differently. But Big Show's got the win, ready for his match against Cody Rhodes. To be honest, Henry was pretty dominant. I thought they actually made him look pretty good in this match, despite losing. But I mean, it was all in all. It set up a match for Mania. They spent a long time on this with the promo and the match, which is how they really should be doing it, because it's one of now 4 feuds they have on SmackDown, so they've got to concentrate on the ones they have and concentrate less on the filler, which they did pretty well in this SmackDown, in my opinion. That's true, and again, a pretty good match, but a match we've seen many times before. It weren't as strong as the past matches, but again, Big Show's got the win. Well, you're never gonna get past that ring break at Vengeance, are you? That was fucking awesome. A memory to behold of 2011, people. Next we have Drew McIntyre versus Justin Gabriel, with the whole stipulation being that if Drew McIntyre loses this match, he is fired. I'll give one positive of this segment. At least they didn't go with that stupid Playboy gimmick in this match. But he still got fired. Justin Gabriel gets the victory and Drew McIntyre gets fired. And I do wonder what WWE are actually doing with Drew McIntyre right now. It does kind of puzzle me. Are they going to set him back for a babyface run, or what are they going to do with him? They fired him.
The sad thing is they've kept having match after match. The commentators pointed out they've had chance after chance. Now it's led to this final match, and he's lost. Justin Gabriel, we've got to win, but he's not really going to do much for Justin Gabriel because I don't think they're really going to follow on with that. But with Drew McIntyre, I'm expecting in months to come, maybe I'll bring him back and have another idea for him. But at the moment, he's gone, and it was a sad moment for Drew McIntyre back.
Yes, indeed. And we are Drew McIntyre fans, so there we go. The Raw recap of that Rock promo that we got on Raw. Apparently, the reason why it was so bad was because it was done to get John Cena over. And, yeah, that was a pretty good promo by Rock. And, sorry, I just was reading the notes off my wrist there.
Sadly, again, we said about this earlier, they're showing these WrestleMania video packages.
Went on for a long time.
To hype them up. And as much as this is one of the biggest match going into WrestleMania, it still weren't exactly a good enough time. Because the main event was following on next, so they had to space the time out, but this got too much time.
It went on for a long time, didn't it? And it was just like, well, might as well skip it. We're on YouTube watching this. But, you know, there we go. You know, I'll say, before we go on to the main event, it's amazing how far Drew McIntyre has gone down, isn't it, on Smackdown, and how, God, so disappointing, isn't it? Someone who's 26 years old, who really has a lot of talent. It does look like they're trying to turn a babyface, but who fucking knows? Just disappointing. The main event of the evening was basically all about the return of Randy Orton. You had the return of the Viper. This wasn't really, in my opinion, hyped up like it should have been. You got Orton, who's a top star on SmackDown. Wasn't really hyped up. They hyped it up all throughout the night on SmackDown, but I'm surprised they didn't try and do more of it on Raw or SmackDown last week or something. And I liked the pre-match interview with Bryan saying that he was from Washington, but he's hometown of Albany, Washington. But he moved away as soon as possible to Vegas because he hated it. Oh, that was pretty funny.
And then he's had a bit of the vegan, normal rubbish. And now my intention just went... and then you got Orton one, but that was just quickly to say he's back and he's going to play Daniel Bryan. Then the match, again... We were expecting, obviously, Orton to come back, Vengeance, all going crazy on Daniel Bryan. We got that for the majority of the match, which was expected. Yeah. And then Daniel Bryan obviously picks up some towards the end to get his build in the match itself.
I'll say there's two things about this match that kind of bothered me. Probably wasn't the best idea to make Orton return in Bryan's hometown because that crowd seemed like they really wanted to cheer Daniel Bryan. Remember, we saw the yes, 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 yes signs in the crowd. And Orton was kind of getting booed a little bit from the crowd, and even though they were trying to inject canned heat in there, probably wasn't the best idea to do that. And also, during the match, Daniel Bryan was going off with a shoulder, and as much as Randy Orton does have shoulder injuries, it kind of gives me the feeling that, why didn't Daniel Bryan go after the injured neck? It just seemed like a very simple psychology thing, and it kind of leads me to believe that WWE are really maybe brought back Orton a bit too soon, and they're really trying to protect that neck of his if that is a legit injury.
Well, the neck would have been a good place to go, but the shoulder is obviously where his arm is, where he locks in the label lock and the RKO, so it does weaken that. So yeah, so going for that, in my opinion, is a good move to weaken Orton. But again, it all led down to the big red monster!
It wasn't really, the match wasn't really that important, was it? I mean, kind of made Daniel Bryan a bit of an afterthought. But at the same time, you had Kane coming out, which was quite good. You just had him return and take out the whole tag division on Raw, which is a bit disappointing in my opinion. But you had Kane coming out, brawling. It kind of surprised me how much offense Orton got in on this compared to, say, Cena. Do you know what I mean? This is where the argument comes in that at least Cena does a bit more to put guys over it, because Orton really got a lot of offense in on this, and I know Kane came out on top, but goddamn.
It all led to the great moment. Well, not the greatest moment, because it was just a way of Kane obviously getting over the top on Orton by saying, "Welcome back, Orton, welcome back." It's just definitely teasing something there. Yeah. Like Kane's obviously taken out Cena, now he's going to come after the next big thing on SmackDown, Randy Orton.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to have a SmackDown third feud finally, which really will help the show. So we got Orton versus Kane now. That'll be a WrestleMania match, I imagine. Do I see Kane winning? No, Orton will win the match, but there we go. It's a feud for Orton going into WrestleMania. I will say this, though. I do look at it, and I think to myself, God damn, it's such a shame that Wade Barrett got injured, because that probably would have been Wade Barrett's spot, wouldn't it, going in against Orton? It would have been a real career, good defining match for him, but what can you do? It's injuries,
There was many reports going saying he's out of hospital recovering, but sadly, the fact they've made Kane come back just now instead of giving Barrett more time is basically showing that Barrett's not going to make it, Kane's going to take his place, and it's just another match put onto WrestleMania, which would have been better if Barrett was there.
Yeah, it's a shame, really, because we do like Barrett, but we can't really getting injured this close to WrestleMania was very unfortunate. I would just say that. And on a quick note, AJ's still hot. Why the fuck are you with a guy who won't protect you in the ring? If Kane was coming towards you, I would protect you, unlike that coward Daniel Bryan, okay? What are your overall thoughts on this show?
The show itself, I didn't get bored of it. It had things in the show that actually got me somewhat entertained. There was things going in it that was filler, but they were not bad matches. We had Santino, Drew McIntyre, so pretty good. The Laurinaitis continuous. We had feuds being made, WrestleMania match between Big Show and Cody. So overall, I was really entertained by what we got. Overall, it was just obviously leading down to adding feuds towards WrestleMania.
Yeah, we got the filler we got on the show was pretty short. The video packages, we got to expect those on Smackdown now because they're hyping up Raw stuff, and the Smackdown doesn't really have enough going on in it to really warrant a full show. They did concentrate on the relevant stuff very well. You had Sheamus, they concentrated on Sheamus pretty well. They concentrated on Orton's return and the whole Kane thing, that was well done. Cody Rhodes and Big Show is another thing on another segment which I thought was very well done, despite some maybe questionable booking decisions there with regards to Cody Rhodes possibly interfering, but that was just our opinion on it. Teddy Long and fucking John Laurinaitis, goddamn, this feud is really hyping up at the moment. I want to see that at WrestleMania now, NJ. So SmackDown has essentially got 3 or 4 feuds on the show, which is kind of helping the show a little bit, because it was usually a filler show, but it's now turning into more of a story-driven show, and it's helping the flow of the show, in my opinion. And we've got some decent stuff now going into WrestleMania. We've got Orton, the top babyface, who's got a feud, the World Heavyweight Championship feud, and an Intercontinental Championship feud, as well as a GM feud.
So overall, SmackDown's give us what we needed for this. I know we've still got more weeks leading to WrestleMania, but I'm satisfied with what we've got, and it's definitely given us the WrestleMania feeling as they build up feuds and announce matches.
It gets a B from me. I thought it was a strong show this week.
A pretty strong show, so I'll give it the same.
Yeah, okay. And entertaining in parts too. Heaven forbid SmackDown be entertaining. So guys, get your thoughts on this edition of SmackDown down in the comment section below. Of course, we want to hear your thoughts, and we will both reply to them as soon as possible on this road to WrestleMania. Make sure you check out our WrestleMania 21 review, which will be uploaded this time tomorrow. And there's one thing that I think could be probably top Kane returning. It'll be MJ just doing the outro like he does. Do it.
Thank you very much, people, and this has been another video from the British Fist, from Mr. Parkin and me and Jay. What's up? Until next time, people, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.